Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. Today I'm here with a dream. In this dream, I was actually not led to write down the dream line for line, everything that happened, but I'm going to share details with you guys. But in this dream, I saw a man that was down on his last loss. So this man, okay, what I'm being reminded of this dream is this man was basically, he was married, he had kids, and he was having a lot of bad luck. Like, it's like the something went wrong with the house for some reason or another. They ended up losing the house that they were staying in. He lost his job. He was having problems in the marriage. He's having all of these things going on, and they end up deciding to go ahead and travel. It's like he had some kind of trouble with this group of people. So it's like some kind of group of people that's against this man. And they are just attacking this man and attacking this man. They caused him to lose his job. They caused things to go wrong with his house. They caused things to go wrong in his relationship. The only thing about the marriage, the relationship is that the wife knew. So this is a situation where both the husband and the wife were equally yoked to such an extent that the wife understood what was going on. It wasn't a situation where these people were able to just do what they wanted to do and that, like, they didn't notice. You know what I'm saying? The wife knew what was going on, and the wife suggested that they go on a vacation and just get away for a while. While they are on this vacation, there's a baby. So one of their kids is a baby, like a little itty bitty baby, and the baby keeps reaching for the man, for the dad. And he's kind of confused because the baby is typically spending time with the mom. And they are exiting. They exit. They get off the ramp, and it's like they are headed towards an airport, I think, if I remember correctly. But anyways, the dad turns around and he notices a man that had been pulled over and decided to, pew pew the person that pulled them over. And the other person that pulled them over is behind them and trying to assist the person that was on the ground. And the man is basically walking off angrily and like he's just running amok. So after this here happens, this man walks to him, and he walks over to him and he tells him, hey, don't you know what you just did? Like, you could possibly, like, you could have ended this person's life. You could have took this person's life away. Why would you do something like that? Why don't you go and you do this? Why don't you, like, you should give your life to Christ and you should change your life around. And it's like the way that this man was speaking to this other man, he actually compelled him to turn back, apologize for what he did, and he did, in fact, give his life to Christ. And this is what God spoke to me, saying that this man now has the ability to allure other one and speak to them in a way that will compel them to turn away from their sin and turn into Christ and come to Christ. The scripture comes from Ezekiel 18:3. As surely as I live, declares the sovereign Lord, you will no longer quote this proverb in Israel, for everyone belongs to me, the parent as well as the child, both alike belong to me. The one who sins is the one who will die. Suppose there is a righteous man who does what is just and right. He does not eat the mountain shrines or look to the idols of Israel. He does not defile his neighbor's wife or have sexual relations with a woman during her period. He does not oppress anyone, but returns what he took in pledge for a loan. He does not commit robbery, but gives his food to the hungry and provides clothing for the naked. He does not lend to them at interest or take a profit from them. He withholds his hand from doing wrong and judges fairly between two parties. He follows my decrees and faithfully keeps my laws. That man is righteous. He will surely live, declares the sovereign Lord. Suppose he has a violent son who sheds blood or does any of these things, though the father has done none of them. He eats at the mountain shrines. He defiles his neighbor's wife. He oppresses the poor and the needy. He commits robbery. He does not return what he took in pledge. He looks to the idols. He does detestable things. He lends at interest and takes a profit. That's a long scripture. Will such a man live? He will not, because he has done all these detestable things. He is to be put to death. His blood will be on his own head. Okay, but suppose this son has a son who sees all the sins his father commits, and though he sees them, he does not do such things. I'm going to skip 15 and 16 and 17. He will not die for his father's sin. He will surely live. But his father will die for his own sin, because he practiced extortion, robbed his brother, and did what was wrong among his people. So here's the message. This is for somebody that has had to endure living a life of, it's kind of like whoever this group of people that is attacking, that, you know, that was the group of people that was attacking this man, messing with his job, messing with his family, his marital, whatever he had going on in his marriage, and they harassing the kids at school, and they trying to break stuff in the house, so they have house problems, they got car problems, they got all kind of stuff falling apart, everything going wrong. This is a situation you ain't even do nothing. This is something that your parents did, or your grandparents did, or your great-grandparents, somebody else did what was wrong to whatever this person is. I'm being reminded of this movie I was watching where this young girl, her father owed some money to a man. So the man decided to snatch her up, okay, kidnap her, and take her to his club. So, and forced her to dance at his club to repay the money that her father owed. God said, you ain't gonna have to worry about nothing like that. God is not gonna force you to repay for somebody else did. Why should you be accused? Like, just because somebody, just because somebody that you, like, you know what I'm saying, that you share a bloodline with have a Jezebel spirit, don't mean that you have a Jezebel spirit. Just because somebody you share your bloodline with, they like to steal, that don't mean that you like to steal. Just because somebody else, they like to fight, that don't mean that you like to fight. Just because somebody else, they like to commit adultery and do all kind of, all these acts that God is talking about, that don't mean that you do that. And there's no reason that you should be punished for what they doing. God said you ain't gonna be punished for that. For whoever this is for, you're not gonna be punished for that. God said you will not be punished for that. God is going to separate. God is going to make it very obvious and clear that they over there and you over here. It's going to be obvious. It's not going to be something where somebody's going to look at you and they're going to be like, well, I don't know. No, it's going to be obvious, okay? It's going to be obvious. It's gonna be obvious. It's gonna be obvious that the apple fell, and it rolled all the way up the road somewhere. It was not next to that tree. Oh, that was funny. I could just slide out the chair. But anyways, God said it's gonna be obvious. It's gonna be clear that you are not the same as whoever this person is, or whatever is going on, regardless of who it is. It's going to be very clear. And this is something that I feel like sometimes, like, even as a parent, sometimes you have to realize that your child is going to grow up to be their own person. And that's what it is. I just feel like that is what this is. God is saying that He understands that you are not the exact same as everybody else in your family. You are not the same person as your grandmother and your great-grandmother and your great-great-grand. Like, y'all are not the same people. You are a whole different person. It's not a situation where they didn't reincarnated and now you them. No, that's not what's going on here. God said you are your own person. And God is going to make it very clear that you are not them. You don't make the choices that they make. You don't act like them. You don't try to go to the places they go. You don't do the things that they do. You are a whole different person. And there is no reason that you should receive the kind of judgment that they would receive for what they do. Why should you? Why should somebody look down upon you and they sticking their nose up at you because of something somebody else did? They ain't got nothing to do with you. They ain't got nothing to do with you. And God said this is not a situation where your life is intended, like, your life should fall apart because of what somebody else did. That's not fair. God said He's going to bless you. He's going to make sure He's going to give you a new name. You're going to have a new walk. Just like in this dream, this man went from being in a position to where he had loss after loss after loss after loss after loss, to being in a position to where God blessed him with a gift that was more valuable than everything he lost. He blessed this man with a gift that was more valuable than anything he could possibly lose. You can get, like, I just feel like all the things this man lost, he could easily get it back. Like the ability to help people in the way that this man was able to help people, to touch people in the way that he was able to you can, like, God is saying, this is a situation where somebody, just because somebody did something, that don't mean that that's gonna fall on you. Just because it happened with this person over here don't mean it's gonna happen with you. Just because that person decided that they was gonna live their life that way and they was gonna do that, that don't mean that you gonna do that. And it doesn't mean that you shouldn't feel the wrath of anybody that's mad at them either. Because there's some people that'll do that. They hate the parent, so they want to be mean to the child. And God is saying, no, it's not a situation. It's not that kind of party. God is not going to hold a grudge against you because of something somebody else did. They don't have nothing to do with you. They don't have nothing to do with you. That's like somebody getting mad at, like, it's this person over here slept with their man, but they want to come and fight you. You ain't got nothing to do with that. Why they trying to fight you? You sitting minding your business. You ain't never even think about trying to mess around with their man, but they want to fight you for something somebody else did. Like God said, it ain't that kind of party. You are not going to receive punishment for something you did not did. You are not going to be, God is not going to punish you for things that you did not do. And that's the message. In fact, he is going to bless you. And the blessing that he is going to give you is worth far more than the things that were taken away. And the blessing he is going to give you cannot be taken away. And that's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.